Character sketch of Mr. Gupta. Mr. Gupta is the narrator of the story The Price of Flowers. He is an Indian citizen staying in England. He is learned and educated gentleman. One day he met Maggie at a restaurant. He was curious about the girl because he found she was curious about him. He went to see Maggie's mother when she was sick. Mr. Gupta was surprised that Maggie and her family were highly superstitious. Though he could not see anything through the crystal ring, he told a lie that Frank was alive. It was his caring nature that made him hide the fact about Frank's death. He was forced to tell a lie that Frank was alive. Gupta was a kind and compassionate person. He considered Maggie as a sister. Maggie visited Mr. Gupta before he left for India. Maggie gave a shilling to buy flowers and to place it on the grave of her brother. Gupta accepted the shilling because Maggie would feel consoled when she did something for her brother. His simplicity and humanity made the difference. Character sketch of Maggie. Alice Margaret Clifford, lovingly called Maggie, is the central character of the story The Price of Flowers. She is a young English girl of 13 or 14 years old. She is a poor girl who works as a typist in the civil service store. She is ambitious and wants a job where her brain can be used. She has intense love for her mother and brother. She tries hard to bring her sick mother back to life. She even asked Mr. Gupta to tell a lie to save her mother. She is also superstitious because she believed in the story behind the crystal sent by her brother. Her love towards her brother is touching. She gives the narrator a shilling to buy flowers to place them on her brother's grave. A shilling is a lot of money for a poor girl like her. To get that, she has to work for many days. The flower represents love, sacrifice, and the strong bond of relationship between sister and brother. Her sacrifice and selfless act bring tears of the eyes of Mr. Gupta and the readers too. Surely, she is a model for girls of her age. Character sketch of Hassan. All through, the Sarang looked physically ugly. He was a dedicated worker. When smallpox appeared in the ship, he assisted the doctor selfishly. He cared for the patients with great love and affection. When a few patients died, he gave them a respectful sea burial. After reading out portions from the Ramayana, all through, he himself was a Muslim. He was unmistakably sincere, completely detached from the usual hope of reward. He possessed courage, self-control, and faith. Character sketch of Dr. A.J. Cronin. Dr. A.J. Cronin is one of the main characters in the story The Sarang of Ranaganji. As a doctor, it was his first experience of treating smallpox victims. He was a young and inexperienced person in his profession. So, when he found smallpox in the ship, he approaches the captain seeking his advice to control that situation. But with the help of the Indian Sarang Hassan, he overcame that situation. From Hassan, he learned a lot. His outlook towards life has changed. At first, he had passionate desire for success and wealth. But when he came to know about the life of Hassan, Cronin was conscious of a secret shame. He admired the Sarang and realized that duty comes first. Then he nursed the patients in the ship with great confidence, and at last he revealed the greatness of Hassan in front of others. In his heart, he was very kind and sympathetic. He possessed a good personality. Character sketch of Captain Jovis. Captain Jovis was a nice person. He always tried to keep the travelers calm and quiet. He always spoke in a humorous manner to cool the passengers. He was very strong, not only physically but mentally also. When the narrator mentioned about the sound of strong storm, Captain answered that it was only the sound of waterfalls, but actually it was the sound of a storm. The captain knew well about the mental condition of his passengers. He knew that if he showed his fear, the passengers would also fear a lot. Then he would not be able to control them. So he tried to hide such situation from them. That shows us that he was a brilliant leader. He knew how to handle tricky situations well. Character sketch of Rita. Rita is a special child and attends a special school. She often repeats whatever she heard. She learned to tie her shoes by the age of 10, read at the 5th grade level at the age of 16. She expects to get a word processing job after her schooling. She is a home-loving girl. She possesses an aesthetic sense. She wants curtain in every room.